Hello and welcome to the Getting into Art Fairs section of the Notion for Artists template. Here we start off with a journaling activity like the other sections to help you understand if art shows or fairs are a helpful step in your art business. If you have already filled it out, you will see that entry here. Otherwise, you can click and see the art template as followed. Note, in this section, art shows and art fairs, we refer to it as any in-person event where you apply to participate and sell your work directly to buyers. Whether it's a show, festival, or market, that's kind of what we're trying to encapsulate in this term that we're using for art fairs. So once you're ready, we want to move down. And once you've gone through and journaled and reflected if it was a good fit, we want to go down to getting to the art fair section and start researching. So click Share Form. Copy the link, and then let's hop over to our browser. So here in our browser, we have the Notion form on the left, whose answers that we fill out will populate into the table. And then we have some Google over on the right to help us find different, art shows or art markets we can apply to. So I'm just going to use Cherry Arts as an example. So you would put in Cherry Arts. It looks like a local market. Sponsored. It says sponsored by Toyota, but I don't know what the kind of governing organization is, so I'll skip that for now. It's at 2nd to Steel Street. Its email address would be hello@cherryarts. Here's the website. So you just copy and paste it over. Contact person. So far, I'm not seeing a contact person. We can save that for later. Art fair date. We have it, I remember it was at the top, July 4th to 6th. So you go over to July, click 4th, and then 6th. So the 6th is over here. Select the left one for the start date. Right one for the end date. So 4th through 6th. Number of days, 2. Number of artists included. We can go through the information, see, okay, do they have a number of artists? So invited, so they had a number of invited artists. Okay, 20. Not bad. So it's a more intimate one. Number of attendees. Ooh, that's a lot. 1,500 or 150,000. That's worked. Okay, so they can do it. Application fee and notes. So if we're doing just general research and trying to look at some different fairs for the year, we can save this as is and it'll show up in our database. All we have to do then is press refresh and we're good to go. Then otherwise we can keep diving deeper into this one. So let's go back, and I'll leave this page open because there's some more stuff I might want to add when we go to the research section of art fairs. Now we're back to our Notion template. Here we can click on the responses and see what we just added in. So the Cherry Arts was what we were looking on, and let's open it and click on the art fairs template. So it will take a little second to load and populate, but basically what we've built here is a template. So we already have all the information we stored earlier in the form, and then we have more information here to dive deeper into our desired art fair. So we made a research section where we can dive a little bit deeper and store some of the information so we don't have to always go back to the website to kind of get some of this core information. So let's open it back up to our browser. So here we can see kind of some more of these fast facts and move it over to our form. So again, it's the Cherry Arts. Still, I'm unsure about the hosting organization. Is it Juried? Okay, yes. We can even add jury notes here if we'd like. Application fee, yes, 45. Booth size and cost, since these are all in one space, I'm just going to combine this and cost. Dates of fair, July 4 through 6. Is there awards? Yeah. Yep. So, yep. And then will I apply? I think yes. I think I would like to apply. So I'm going to say yes here. Will I apply? Yes. And then we can look up any different things, like what's the application process, what are cost and considerations. And again, I'm going to open up this full screen and dive a little deeper in 1 second. So just like we were seeing on the website, this fast information is what's important for us to have. And if we want to dive deeper, I know some of us are a little bit more data driven. You can look at what are the cost and considerations, especially if your budget's tight. You can take the time to figure out how much are the booth fees, are there hidden fees, will I have to rent or purchase equipment, how much will this cost, is it worth how much I think I would make from it, where is it located, is it close, is it far away, does it have the, if I'm getting more serious about it, does it have electricity, Wi-Fi? And then you can go through, these different elements that can help inform you and prepare you for different shows. Hopping back, once we get more comfortable with our research, we can move it to in progress, or if we feel assured enough with what we've done, we can move it over to done. Then we can work on the application phase. Here, just like our other sections, we pull in any previous artist documents we've made into this section and give some tips and tricks of how to best select images from our bodies of work, pull from our CV, check off what needs to be included, and help kind of prep our application in-house in our Notion to then use and send to the specific art fair, in this case, Cherry Arts. Then we have a space for you to manage your inventory, to remember to go over to our Manage Inventory section and put up your show. Tips on how to best execute it, so planning out your logistics, engaging with visitors, sales, transactions. In the preparations, we also go into how to use, make an inventory list, so taking the pieces you've managed and sorted for your show and printing off an inventory list with discounts so you can be prepared for the show. We have tips and tricks for how to market before the show, media checklists for the show, and how to best kind of navigate that process so you don't have to worry about it and it's prepared for you. And then some post-art fair reflections and next steps to wrap up sales, evaluate the experience, and maintain relationships from the show. So going back to the getting into art fair section where we all started, now that we've been kind of working on the art fairs, we want to give you a chance to kind of look at it in a more visual place. So once we've started, if we've been researching, if we've been applying, we can move this through and kind of see where we've been working on. Have I researched this one? Have I applied? Am I accepted? And then, where are we at kind of with these different applications? So we hope this helps. And in the next tutorial, we'll be going over how to kind of manage and plan your work for different art fairs.